Now, with the Superman movie coming out, I kind of wanted to talk about his family tree, or other members of the Superman family. Now, starting off, we all know Ma and Pa Kent, which are basically the people that found him on the road when he was in the spaceship as a baby and raised him to be the character we know today. Without them, it's possible we could have had a Brightburn situation. Then time later, here comes Supergirl. She pops in the picture. Surprisingly, there's been like 3 to 4 different types of Supergirls, but the main one is Kara Zor-El. I would say something that's very interesting though is that like Kara actually was gone for a good majority of the comics, because like after the Crisis of Infinite Earth plot, basically she was unaliving that, but then later on she was brought back. And speaking of Supergirl, we have Power Girl. Now, she's technically is Supergirl, but it's Kara Zor-El from a different universe. Now, she was a member of the Justice League, but she's mainly a member of the Justice Society of America and some of his later versions of them. And of course, I gotta mention Krypto the Super Dog, because who's best boy? I'm not even a dog person, but you gotta show respect to Krypto no matter what. He had a TV show. A lot of people forget. I didn't forget. Then comes the 90s when you have Superboy, aka Connor Kent. Now, he wasn't the first person to go by Superboy, as Clark Kent went by that name when he was learning his abilities, but he also wanted to save the day. Now, even though he had Kryptonian DNA in him, he didn't actually have Kryptonian abilities until later in his life. He started off with a type of telekinesis that made it seem like he can do most of what Superman can do. Then at the end of the New 52 era, you had the son of Superman, Lois Lane, Jonathan Kent. Now, Jonathan Kent has all the abilities of his father. And I do want to mention that even though he's half Kryptonian, it was stated by Bruce Wayne that at some point that his powers will exceed even Superman himself. Now, there's a story called the War World Saga when Superman went away that Jonathan Kent became Superman while he was gone. Now, I don't know if I'm correct about this because I'm not all that caught up. But when Superman came back, he told his son, look, we could both be Superman at the same time. It's no problem. So it was kind of like the Robin and Hawkeye situation where there's multiple people using the same name. And of course, I want to mention John Henry Irons, aka Steel. Now, for those who don't know, he was one of the Superman during the Reign of Superman arcs after Clark Kent was unalive by Doomsday. After he was saved by Superman, he was inspired to create a suit of armor to protect others that couldn't protect themselves. His niece, Natasha, was inspired by John to create her own suit of armor to protect people that couldn't protect themselves. And she also joined the Teen Titans later on. Or rather, the Titans, since they were the older version of the team. He's a member of the family is Kong Keegan, which he's a Superman of China. He was infused by Superman's ki, or life energy, so in a way, his powers are a little bit more mystical than your average Kryptonian. From time to time, he will actually interact with Clark Kent and also other members of the Superman family. Now, there are somewhat more members of the House of El family, which is a lot, but that's all the time I got for you. Anyway, thanks for watching.